Good morning. So I'm back. Today we are not going to read any chapter. I am not going to explain you any chapter, but we will cover the exercise, of the chapters which we have completed. So today in this session we will complete the exercise of chapter 1, which is behind the chapters. At the end of the chapters, there are some exercise like choose the correct answers, match the followings and all. With that, I'll also give you some extra questions which will be from the inter of the chapter, means from the inside chapter. So, take down your notebooks and pencils. I'll give you some time to note down also. And try to note down very fast. If there is any diagram, just draw that diagram. Because if it is necessary for that answer, you have to draw it. So let's move for the exercise. Start. Now what questions are we going to cover in this exercise of chapter 1? Class 5, chapter 1 and exercise. We are going to cover choose the correct options, fill in the blanks, very short answers, answer in detail and extra questions. I repeat again, we are going to cover choose the correct answer, very short answers, fill in the blanks, answer in detail and extra questions. Have you noted down? Shall we move to the questions? I'll give you 10 seconds. Just note down. Now let's move. So, our today's first question. Write short answers. Write short answers. In which the first question is, name the 7 continents. Which is the first question? Name the 7 continents. 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 Now the answer. If you know the answer, it's very good. If you don't know the answer, and if you know the answer, it is spellings, you don't know the spellings, everything is here. And you know the answer, then you can write it on your own. But check if your answer is wrong or something like that. Name the 7 continents. First, Asia. A-S-I-A. Second, Africa. A-F-R-I-C-A. Third, North America. N-O-R-T-H. North America. A-M-E-R-I-C-A. Fourth, South America. S-O-U-T-H. South. A-M-E-R-I-C-A. America. South America. Fifth, Antarctica. A-N-T-A-R-C-T-I-C-A. Sixth, Europe. E-U-R-O P-E. Seventh, Australia, A-U-S-T-R-A-L-I-A. So these are the 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. Okay. Now for the second question, name the 5 oceans. If you know the answer, write it down, and if you don't know, note it and check the spellings. Name the 5 oceans. The spelling of ocean is same in all the 5, that is O-C-E-A-N. Okay, so I will only tell the name of the oceans. First is Pacific, P-A-C-I-F-I-C. Okay, ocean, O-C-E-A-N, Pacific Ocean. Second, Atlantic, A-T-L-A-N-T-I-C. Okay. Third, Indian, I-N-D-I-A-N, Ocean, Indian Ocean. Next, Antarctic Ocean, A-N-T-A-R-C-T-I-C, Antarctic Ocean. And fifth, Arctic, A-R-C-T-I-C, Arctic. And I repeat the spelling of the ocean again, O-C-E-A-N. Okay. So, I repeat both the questions again. Okay. Name the 7 continents. Answer: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. Okay. Next, name the 5 oceans. Answer: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Antarctic Ocean and Arctic Ocean. Okay. Now moving to the third question. So the third question is, why it is important to understand the language of maps. What is the question? Why it is important to understand the language of maps. Okay, shall I move with the answer? Have you written the question? Answer: in order to understand the information given on a map, rest is from the question, it is important to understand the language of map. I repeat the question and the answer again. Why it is important to understand the language of maps? Answer: in order to understand the information given on a map, it is important to understand the language of maps. Understand, U-N-D-E-R-S-T-A-N-D. Information, I-N-F-O-R-M-A-T-I-O-N. Information. Language, L-A-N-G-U-A-G-E. Language. Why it is important to understand the language of maps? Answer: in order to understand the information given on a map. it is important to understand the language of maps. Okay, now question number 4. Why are all maps drawn to scale? Why are all maps drawn to scale? Okay, answer: all maps are drawn to scale because all maps are drawn to scale because all maps are not as large as the area as they depict. All maps are not as large as the area they depict. I repeat the question and the answer number 4 again. Why are all maps drawn to scale? Answer: all maps are drawn to scale because all maps are not as large as the area as they depict. D-E-P-I-C-T. Depict. Okay. Now to our next section, that is answer the following questions but in detail. So for that, your first question is: compare a globe or a map. List the advantages and disadvantages of each. Means, what is the advantages of the globe and a map? First you have to write down that, and then you have to write down the disadvantages of both the things. Both means the globe and the map. Okay. Now for this you are going to make a table. How? I'll show you. Look, here is a table. Okay. This way you have to make a table. Okay. With 3 columns and 9 rows. With 3 columns and 9 rows. In the first column you are going to number, means 1, 2, 3, how many points we are going to write. Okay. In the second column you will write about the map. So your first column will be, so your second column will be map, and then you are going to mention about the globe. So third column will be globe. So number, map, globe. Okay. Now start writing the points. In the first point it has told us to write about the compare. We have to compare the globe and the map. So what are you going to do? First in the globe section, first in the map section, write it down. What are you going to write in the map? Number 1, a map is drawn on a flat surface. What are you going to write in the map? In the map section you have to write, a map is drawn on a flat surface. Okay. Next, about the globe, you are going to write in the globe section point 1, a globe is a round model of the earth. What are you going to write? The globe is a round model of the earth. Written both the point for map and for globe. Now point number 2, again in the map section, in the column map you have to write down. Okay. Map shows continents. Map shows continents countries, cities, neighborhood, NEIGHBOURHOOD. I repeat the spelling of neighborhood, NEIGHBOURHOOD, neighborhood. And marketplaces. Okay, in the map section you have to write map shows continents, countries, cities, neighborhood and marketplace. Okay, now for the globe. Globe shows the shape, size and location of the continents and water bodies. Globe shows the shape, size and location of the continents and water bodies. Okay? Now, after that, next section, that is advantages of the globe and the map. So you have to write down in the map section advantages of map, and in the globe section advantages of globe. Okay? Write it down. Noted? Yes. Now in the map section, the first point. Maps are easy to carry. What are you going to write in the map section? Maps are easy to carry. Now in the globe section, globes represent the earth in a simple and accurate way. In the globe section, globes represent the earth in a simple and accurate way. Okay? Now the second point of advantages of map. Maps are very useful to depict areas in detail. Maps are very useful to depict areas in detail. And in the globe section you have to write, globe helps us to understand movements of the earth on its axis and around the sun. Okay, means looking at the globe you can easily say that you are looking at the earth. As the earth rotates on its axis, the globe also has an axis. Okay, by looking at it we can understand the movement of the earth. Okay, so the advantages of globe. The second point, globe helps us to understand movements of the earth on its axis and around the sun. Now the third part of the question, that is the disadvantages of maps and globes. So first you have to mention that point there. Mention the sections two differently. In the map section write down disadvantages of map, and in the globe section write down disadvantages of globe. Okay? Now, the first point in the disadvantages of map. The curved surface of the earth cannot be shown accurately on a map? Because map is flat, right? There you can't see the curved surface. If our globe is round, you can see only the flat surface, but the curved surface cannot be seen. So that's why the big disadvantage of map is we cannot see the curved surface of the earth accurately. Okay, so first disadvantage, the curved surface of the earth cannot be shown accurately on a map. The spelling of accurately, ACCURATELY. Okay, the curved surface of the earth cannot be shown accurately on a paper. Now the disadvantage of the globe. Globe shows only one side of the earth. Whenever you see the globe, you will see only the front side which you are looking at, but the back portion which is not in front of you, you won't be able to see it. So this is the biggest disadvantage of globe. Globe shows only one side of the earth. Okay, next, number 2, it does not tell about the shape and movement of the earth. The map, but naturally it is on a flat surface, so it cannot show you the proper shape or cannot explain you about the movements of the earth, because it neither shows you the orbit or the axis. Okay, and for the globe, it cannot be carried easily. Globe cannot be carried easily. Okay, fine. Now for the next question. Next question is, name the 4 directions and subdirections. Name the 4 directions and subdirections. How do maps show? How do maps show direction? How do maps show direction? And further, draw the diagram to show directions. Okay, this is the whole question in 3 sections. First section, you have to tell the 4 directions and subdirections. Further, you have to answer how do the map show the directions, and in third section you have to draw the diagram of the directions, including the subdirections also. Okay, now for the answer, it is the 4 directions are, now you know which are the 4 directions, right? East, west, north and south. Okay, next is the 4 subdirections. Now you have to mention the 4 subdirections. Okay, the 4 subdirections are northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay, now write to this answer. Right means the direction right. Okay, to the right direction, I have given you the diagram. This way you have to draw the diagram. Okay, it's a very easy diagram. Okay, so these are the directions and the subdirections. I read the directions and subdirections again. The 4 directions are north, south, east and west. Subdirections are northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay, now our question was, how do maps show direction? Okay, so it is, the maps show directions. Point 1, the direction on the map are shown by an arrow which is marked in N. The direction on a map the directions on a map are shown by an arrow which is marked N. Okay, next, this indicates the north direction. Now looking at the letter N on the map, we can understand the north direction. Right to the north is the east. Okay, left to the north is the west, and bottom to the north is south. So the letter N indicate the north direction. Once we know the north direction, we can easily find the other directions, as I explained you. Once you have found the north direction, you can easily find the other direction. Right to the northeast, left to the northwest, and bottom to the north south. All maps follow the same method to show the directions. And all the maps, whichever map you will take, whether it is physical map, whether it is political map, world map, any map, thematical map, all the maps will have the same method to show the direction. Okay, so I repeat the whole answer. The 4 directions are north, south, east, west. The 4 sub-directions are northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. The maps show directions by an arrow which are drawn, or you can say which is marked as N. Okay, this indicate the north direction. Next, once we know the north direction, we can easily find the other directions. And last, all maps follow the same method to show the direction. Okay, now moving to the next question. Our next question is differentiate between physical and political maps. What are the next question? Differentiate between political and physical map. Here also you have to draw the same table with 3 columns and 2 rows. 3 columns and 2 rows. 2 rows matlab you can say means you can say that you can draw as per your, because you have to leave a line also. Okay, but it should be in 3 columns. Line as much as you want, you can continue. Okay, draw it. Done? Fine. Now again you have to do the same thing as you had done in the last table of globe and map. Here, first column you have to write down number, the short form of number NO. Next column political map, and third column physical map. Okay, write down. Done? Now in the political map, write down political map shows, political maps show political boundaries of countries, states, cities, and political divisions. I repeat again, political maps show political boundaries of countries, boundries, boundaries. Okay, political maps show political boundaries of countries, comma, states, 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 comma, cities, and other political divisions. Now in the physical map section you have to write down, physical maps show physical features like mountains, 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 valleys, 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 plateaus, 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 comma, plains, comma, rivers and seas. Okay, now to the next is the fill in the blanks. Is the fill in the blanks. Okay, the first fill in the blank is dash is the true model of the earth. Dash is the true model of the earth. Which is the true model of the earth? Tell me. The true model of the earth is globe. So the answer will be globe is the true model of the earth. Globe is the true model of the earth. Okay, write it down. Noted. Next, maps are drawings of the whole or part of the earth on a dashed surface. Maps are drawing of the whole or part of the earth on a dashed surface. Now on which surface the map is drawn? On a flat surface. Okay, note down. Maps are drawings of the whole or part of the map on a flat surface. Number C, that is the third one. The shape of the earth is not perfectly dash. The shape of the earth is not perfectly round. Okay. Next, fourth fill in the blank. There are dash main directions on a map. There are dash main directions on a map. There are 4 main directions on a map. There are 4 main directions on a map. Noted? I repeat all the 4 again. Globe is a true model of the earth. Maps are drawings of a whole or part of the earth on a flat surface. The shape of the earth is not perfectly round, and there are 4 main directions on a map. Now, answer in detail. Answer in detail. First question. What are the problems with the globe? What are the problems with the globe? Answer. This answer you can write down point wise. Okay? So the first point. What problem do we have with the globe? The first point. Globes do not show the entire earth at a time. Globes do not show the entire earth at a time. Point number 2. Larger globes are difficult to handle. Larger globes are difficult to handle. Number 3. It is difficult to carry globes around. We cannot carry the globes everywhere, huh? So this is also one kind of a problem with the globe. Okay? So have you noted down all the 3? Globes do not show the entire earth at a time. Larger globes are difficult to handle. And the third point, it is difficult to carry globes around. Done? Now to the next question. What is importance of colors on a map? While explaining you the chapter, I had told you that there are different colors on the map and this different color indicates something. Now what color indicates what? Which color indicates what? Okay, we'll see in this question. Note down the question. What is importance of colors on a map? Answer. A map also uses different colors to depict different landforms and water bodies. Means the colors which are there on the map, they indicate landforms and water bodies. Now landforms in what ways? Okay. I repeat the answer. A map uses different colors to depict different landforms and water bodies. Now number 1, green means green color. Green color indicates what? Green color indicates plain areas. Green color, plain areas. Next, brown. Brown color indicates mountains on the map. Okay. Yellow. Yellow color indicates deserts. Where are deserts? That can be seen with the yellow color on the map. And the last is blue. Blue color indicates oceans and seas on the map. So I repeat the answer. A map uses different colors to depict different landforms and water bodies, in which green color indicates plain areas, brown mountains, yellow deserts, and blue oceans and seas. Okay. Now to the next question. How did we know for the first time that the earth is round, not flat? How did we first come to know about? Because I had told you, while explaining the chapter, I had told you that in ancient time, people believed that the earth is flat. by looking at the movie, by looking at the sailing ship which disappeared after moving on the horizon. They thought that the earth is flat. Then how did we come to know for the first time that the earth is round, not flat? Answer. Ferdinand Magellan, Ferdinand, Ferdinand Magellan, Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, Portuguese, 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 explorer, Explorer, explorer. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, sailed around the earth and proved that it is round in shape. Okay, so this is how we came to know for the first time how that the earth is round but not flat. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, sailed around the earth and proved that it is round in shape. Now moving to the question number 5, that is choose the correct answer. Okay, start. First, dash is the extreme north and extreme south on the earth. Dash is the extreme north and extreme south on the earth. What is it? Poles. Okay, so the answer is poles. Poles are the extreme north and extreme south on the earth. Next, which of the following is subdirection? From the 3 options, you have to tell which is the subdirection. North, southwest or east? Which is the subdirection? Southwest, yes, because north and east are the main directions. Okay, so I read both the answers. Poles are the extreme north and extreme south of the earth. And number 2, which of the following is subdirection? Then the answer is southwest. Okay, now in your book you will have 2 things. One is words I learned and second is look up. Okay, what is it? It is, you can say like vocabulary type, word meanings. Some of the words will be in such a form in the lesson that you may be listening it for the first time also, or you may have heard but you may not be knowing the meaning of it. Okay, so words I learned and look up. So our today's first word, conventional sign and symbol. What is it? Conventional, CONVENTIONAL. Conventional, sign, SIGNS, and symbols, SYMBOLS. Conventional signs and symbols. Now what does this mean? This means icons and symbols used on a map to represent certain features. Okay? There are some icons and symbols on a map which represent some certain features. So these are called conventional signs and symbols. Next, scale. Scale means ratio of a distance on the map to the corresponding distance on the ground. Scale, ratio of a distance on a map to the corresponding distance on the ground. And the last one is landform. Last one is landform. Okay, now what is the landform? A natural feature of Earth's surface. What is a landform? A natural feature of Earth's surface. Okay, so this was the exercise for chapter 1. You have to note down every answer, every question, fill in the blanks, everything. And now, my dears, start learning. Okay, start learning very soon. We will meet very soon now. Okay, so in the next section we will see the question and answers of chapter 2. By that time, whatever we have learned in this session, please learn by heart and take care of your health. Bye.